All right, now, everybody. Quiet, listen to me. We're going to start a show.
You're listening to the Ink and Paint Club Podcast, your weekly animation discussion show. You can find episodes every week on the show's YouTube page, and if you like the show, subscribe and share it with your friends. Because that would be pretty rad.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Ink and Paint Club Podcast here on the Ink and Paint Club channel. My name is JD and I'll be your host. And joining me, as per usual, is my main man, Kyle.
Per usual, I'm Kyle.
Yeah, there you go. So this week, we thought we had done this before, and upon looking through the backlog, apparently we hadn't. So this week and next week, Kyle and I are going to discuss our top 10 favorite animated films of all time.
In no particular order?
Mine might be in a particular order. I'm still deciding on mine because I'm going to do mine next week. But this week, Kyle's going to lay his top 10 animated films of all time on us. His hastily made...
Made in 15 seconds list.
You did it like 10 minutes ago. Because you completely forgot we were doing this.
It's not that I forgot, it's that I didn't look it up.
You just don't care. You don't value this, what we're doing here.
I'm sorry. You had to find out this way.
I think I've always known. Anyway. So yeah, Kyle's gonna go down his list of his favorite animated films, tell us why he loves them, and yeah, should be a good time for everybody.
Let's do it.
All right, Kyle. Okay. So yours are in no particular order, right?
No particular order, because I can't play favorites. They're like my children that I didn't make. They're like my adopted children.
Well, alright then. So, alright, let's get this rolling. What is your number 10?
Number 1. Wreck-It
Complete
Ralph.
opposite of what I said.
Oh, yeah. So just read it off the list?
Sure, man. I don't... Do whatever feels natural to you.
Okay. Wreck-It Ralph. I love
Yeah.
that movie. It was about video games.
Video games.
I was excited as fuck for this movie. This was like one of the first movies that I was like down as shit for. And I don't even see movies in theaters because I hate going to the theater.
Yeah, I feel that.
But I remember Disney was like, hey, this is a thing. And I'm like, that sounds fucking gay. And then more info came out, and I was like, whoa, this is kind of cool.
Homophobia rescinded.
Yeah. It was a different time.
We were younger then.
Yeah.
So naive.
But no, they kept going, oh, it's like Roger Rabbit with video games, and it was 110% not like that at all.
So, like, the whole marketing for this movie was like, oh, all these, like, licensed video game characters, like Sonic's in this, and the guys from Street Fighter, and the guys from Altered Beast, and Mario, and all that stuff are in it. And they're all, like, in the, like, first 10 minutes of this movie. So,
And
were you, like, disappointed by that?
No. Because I think it held up on its own pretty well. Without the references, which I think was good, but I don't know. It didn't really need them, but it still worked with them in it.
Yeah.
And there was some obscure shit in there, because I was watching this movie in a bootleg. in a cam rip, but that was before the movie was released on DVD. But if you watch it where they're at the arcade and they're like, oh yeah, a bunch of arcade machines come and gone. They have Ninja Turtles in there.
Yeah.
As an arcade machine. It was like, whoa, I don't remember that. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, I always keep meaning to like freeze frame that whole scene just to see the different cabinets that flash by.
To think of all the licensing that they had to do for that, it's pretty intense.
Oh, dude, I heard like that whole scene. Sorry, that whole scene where they're like basically at the AA meeting, where they just had to go through so much hell just for scaling. Like, I guess Nintendo was really on their ass about how big Bowser had to be.
Well, not only that, but they're like, Bowser has to hold his coffee cup like this. Mm-hmm. Like, they were pretty into it. But, I don't know. I like the movie a lot. I did like the whole Sugar Rush. I like that whole world. Fixie Felix's world is pretty small. There wasn't much in there, but no, I liked everything about that whole thing. Even if you were like, no, not even talking about video games, I think it holds up pretty well.
Yeah, I agree. I think for me personally, I think if there's a one flaw that movie is, I think they spend way too much time in the Sugar Rush land.
True.
Like that takes up a whole third of the movie, and I'm like. Because I think just the theming of it doesn't feel like a video game. It feels like a Candyland thing. And the fact they keep making candy references is like, it kind of takes me out of it a little bit, but, you know, I'm not going to hang up on that.
Like, they're like, here's Beard Papa in a video game. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what that is?
I don't.
Oh, Beard Papa, we had that at the mall and then it just disappeared. Oh. I'm not even too sure what it is, but I know it's a company for, like, cream puffs and stuff.
Oh.
And it was just odd that that was even in there. That would be like having Dunkin' Donuts in a video game world. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's, like, Nesquik references, and there's Laffy Taffy references, and, like...
Yeah,
they're video game references. These are food references.
Yeah, and then you think... This is a video game from Japan, because this is what they're kind of advertising it as, and it's like all these American companies.
Yeah.
I mean, Chibi Robo had a bunch of fucking... Did you ever play that one for the 3DS?
No.
Chibi Robo was like, here's Pocky, here's this.
Yeah.
Be like, here, this is a popular snack. But it was like actual items in the game. Like fucking product placement. That's probably how they paid for all the fucking video game references, is just product placement up the ass.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I almost wonder if that's exactly why those are there, just to cover the cost of licensing all the characters.
Probably.
And that's probably why they, like, didn't use all the licensed characters that much, is because they didn't want to pay for them to be in the whole movie.
I will say, one thing I am incredibly worried about is for the second movie, since it's all internet based, that they're gonna make retarded meme jokes.
Yeah.
It's gonna make me hate it.
Well, my hope is that they're gonna, like, not so be much where, like, Ralph gets into the internet itself, but they're, like, more focusing on, like, online gaming, like, online console gaming now.
Yeah, but that picture, it's like, here's Google, but it's spelled different. Here's Yahoo and StubHub for some reason. I don't know. Which is weird, because they're like, oh, we're gonna put Mario in this game. He's gonna be in it, but this whole movie's about the internet. It's like, it's probably gonna be Mario Run.
Probably. Is he gonna play Pokemon Go?
That'd be weird, because you know how fucking... You know how hard Pokemon is with their shit.
Oh, yeah. Like, they barely let Nintendo use their shit.
Yeah. That's their main fucking licensor.
Yeah. Huh.
But,
yeah, I'm also cautiously optimistic about a sequel. I mean, I'd like to see those characters again, but it's like, make sure it's a good story first. Don't just do it for the money.
Yeah. I hope it's not a bunch of meme shit. I really would hate that.
Yeah, we're already getting the Emoji Movie. And that's enough.
So yeah, fucking Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Break It Bob. Smash It Steve.
Well, good. I enjoy that movie as well. So good choice on that.
Number 2 in no particular order because they're all my children, I guess, that I didn't get brought to. A Goofy movie.
Yeah.
Now, I guess contrary to popular belief, it actually was in the theaters.
Yeah.
I seen it on VHS. Like, I still own that VHS to this day.
Yeah,
But-
I don't know if I saw it in theaters or not. I feel like I did, but I don't remember.
Well, the cool thing about it is Runaway Brain played in front of this movie, which I love. But since I didn't
Take
see
a drink,
it
everybody. Kyle mentioned Runaway Brain.
yeah, that's my favorite, okay? Bite me.
I'd rather not.
Or bite me. Either works.
Okay.
But yeah, this movie was in theaters. I totally didn't see it in theaters. I saw it on VHS, and I was probably in first grade. And this is about a high school kid. Which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of weird?
A little bit.
But I liked it. We mentioned it in the last podcast. It's totally a different time frame, or maybe even a different universe from Goof Troop.
Yeah. It's never really clear.
But what's weird about it is when you're a kid and you watch the movie, you think Pete's the bad guy. Fucking hate Pete. Ooh, he's mean. But watching it now, he's kind of being a cool guy to Goofy.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of like he's not like being like in your face bad. Maybe his like parenting methods aren't the best, but like I think his heart's in the right place anyway.
Yeah, I do. I don't know. He's not really a dick, but like you said, his parenting might be a little extreme, a little strict.
Yeah.
But then again, like, you think about the fucking movie, Max is the one who got his son in trouble.
Yeah.
And I think, wasn't it, they did call him at work. They called Goofy at work. They work at the same place.
Mm-hmm.
And...
They work at, like, Kmart or something.
yeah. Because they were saying the blue light special.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They're not even trying to hide that.
They called him at work, so Pete obviously knows that something fucked up. But yeah, Max is a bad influence on Pete's kid, PJ, so I'd be kind of pissed off about him too. But yeah, I liked the movie as a kid. I liked everything about it. Lots of good laughs, like smacking the possum in the face. Good one. Bigfoot dancing, I loved that as a kid.
Oh god, I just want a looping gif of Bigfoot discoing in the background.
And then I think the funniest shit to me as a kid was the mime part. I don't know if you remember
the mime part.
It was like the montage of them starting to get together, get along.
Oh.
They meet a mime in like New Orleans, and he's like pretending to lift a piano over his head, and Goofy like snips the rope, and then a real piano falls on his head.
Oh yeah.
That was like unexpected and fucking
They just
hilarious.
walk off.
Yes, they fucking murder a man and just casually walk off the screen. That was hilarious to me as a kid.
Oh my god.
Great movie. Great music. Powerline. Fucking great. 90s is shit.
It is a 90s as fuck movie.
They're like, hey, Michael Jackson. Max goes to school with a girl that looks like Pam Anderson. And she has giant tits, too.
It launched a generation of furries.
Yeah.
Christ.
Didn't we have a guy on on the show that... Never mind.
Shut up, Kyle.
Anyways, Goofy movie, fantastic. Loved it. Not so much the second movie. It was okay.
It's really funny because, like, the Goofy movie is, like, such a 90s movie, but the Extremely Goofy movie is such an early 2000s movie.
Yeah. They're like, X Games!
Extreme Sports, Mountain Dew, college. I don't fucking know, man.
But they had that really hot beatnik chick that doesn't have a name.
It doesn't have a name. And then Pauly Shore questions why they all have gloves on.
It's pretty existential.
You ever notice why we all wear gloves?
I loved it. Great movie. I just don't want another sequel, please. Please,
but we
God,
need
no.
we need a fuck. How do you go up from extremely?
The extremely.
We need another word. I don't know.
Anyways.
Yeah. So yeah.
Anyways, another movie I loved as a kid.
Yeah.
Was DuckTales, the movie. Treasure of the Lost Lamp.
No, this is literally the only DuckTales thing I've ever watched.
Yeah, I liked it as a kid.
It's got who's the voice of the genie?
So that's actually super hilarious to me. So when I was a kid, I really thought in my head, and almost till this day, I thought it was Martin Short.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
But it was actually
You looking it up?
yeah, I forgot the guy's name. I
Yeah,
know it
like
too.
I
It's
could
Rip
see
Taylor. I
There you
think.
go, Rip
Yeah.
Taylor.
Rip Taylor, if you guys don't know, watch the Jackass movie. And
Yeah,
he's
he's
at
in
the very end.
I remember that. This is the only reason I know Rip Taylor. So I saw Jackass 3D in theaters.
Yeah. He was in the Aquabat Super Show too. He was the genie as well.
There you go. He's just good at playing genies.
Yeah. But yeah, I fucking loved this movie as a kid. And it was weird thinking about the show now, because you have Magica Dispel, who's the witch, and this one was a different guy.
Yeah.
He was the warlock. Murloc.
Voiced by Christopher Lloyd.
Oh, yeah. I was like, really? And then I'm like, oh yeah. That's true.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? I don't remember now. Oh, you gave us a copy of this movie.
Oh yeah.
We came to visit. You're like, hey, here's a copy of the Goofy movie and DuckTales. Take this with you. I'm like, okay.
I'm like, yo, I have a bootleg of this movie. DVDs are a dead medium. Why don't you have these?
Just offloading your junk onto us.
Yeah. But no, I like this movie. Still to this day, I like DuckTales a lot. But
It's a pretty good movie. If you had more time when you're here for the wedding, we could sit down and actually like watch DuckTales, but you know.
What's weird is I think Goofy Movie, DuckTales, and Runaway Brain, I think those were all animated in Paris.
Maybe.
I think it was something called Disney Toon Studio. If I'm not talking out of my ass right now.
No,
it was called Disney Movie Tunes is what it was called.
Interesting.
And yeah, I thought that was great shit, I would say.
Yeah.
So
I haven't watched it in forever, but I remember liking it last time I saw it.
I've watched it recently. I think it was silly. Bad guy was kind of silly because he was morphing into animals and stuff and getting smacked around as a rat. Pretty great. Racial stereotype of a guy.
Boy.
Their tour guide, Dijon.
Oh, yeah. He almost kind of reminds me of the, did you see, I think he's in the second Aladdin movie. the guy that Wayne Knight voices, the little fat guy.
I like that guy.
Hey, he kind of looks like an animal version of that guy.
I could see that. I forgot what that guy's name is. Oh, his name is literally a Beesmall.
Jesus.
Yeah, his name is a Beast Mall. That's great.
Oh my god.
I did like Aladdin as a kid too. I used to watch the TV show all the time. Good shit right there. Disney, what happened?
Well, they're trying to get back to their roots.
Not really.
By remaking all of their good movies.
Like Frozen?
Yeah, give it 10 years. We'll have a live-action Frozen remake.
God. Anyways, next movie is not a Disney movie. Take that, Disney.
Okay.
The Iron Giant. That's number 4.
I do like the Iron Giant.
I saw it in theaters with my father.
Aw.
And they had a trailer for Pokemon, the first movie.
I saw that in theaters.
Hopefully that paints a picture for you all, for the era.
Take you back in time.
Iron Giant was great. Brad Bird did it.
Yeah.
We've talked about Iron Giant before. We saw it in theaters with the re-release.
We did a whole review on it, and you should totally go listen to that.
Yeah.
It was like a year or two ago, but I think that might have actually been the first. I think it was like the first episode we did when we decided to split the podcast into show and review.
Was it?
I think so. I don't know. It's been so long. We were younger people then.
Yeah, we were young and dumb.
Yeah. Now we're just old and dumb.
That too.
Anyway.
Yeah, Iron Giant. It was animated because people did cells, I guess. I don't know. Was that cell animation?
I think so. I think it was. Well, the Giant was CG.
Yes.
I don't know if they'd moved on to digital yet by the time that is, but no, I have no idea what I said in the old review, but I think Iron Giant was like one of those movies that was too good for its own time.
That's true.
Like it's definitely gained the appreciation it deserves nowadays, but like when it came out, it did nothing. No one went and saw it. It was like a bomb.
And wait, oh fuck.
What?
Yeah, 80 million, and they only made 31 million.
Oh Christ.
That was awful.
Yeah, poor Brad Bird. But then he made The Incredibles, and it made up for it.
Yeah, and Groot was in this movie.
Vin Diesel sure was in this movie.
Vin Diesel was selling Street Shark toys.
Oh. I
If
did
you
not
don't know
that.
look it up. He's at Toy Fair and he's like, "Look at these Street Shark toys." I guess he was the vendor. That was his big break, man.
I mean, Vin Diesel is a giant nerd, so it does not surprise me he'd be selling toys.
That's true.
Motherfucker plays D&D.
Wasn't the deleted scenes kind of just meh?
From what I remember of, like, when they re-released it a couple years ago with, like, the newly animated deleted scenes on it, like, I didn't think it was bad. I don't think it took away from the movie, but I don't think it added anything to the movie. Like,
yeah.
Like, the whole scene where... Because I think there were 3 scenes, but I don't remember 2. Because there's an extended one where, with Dean, buying the tractor or whatever. And that scene didn't really add anything. I think it was there just, like, to build up the relationship between him and Hogarth's mom. But the whole scene where the giant goes to sleep and you get to see, like, his home world and all that stuff, like, that's cool to see, you know, as, like, a little idea, but I think it kind of takes away from the whole mystery of it, you know, just showing the audience that.
Yeah, it was just...
Yeah.
It says Brad Bird pitched the idea to Warner Brothers as, what if a gun had a soul? Wow.
It's a novel concept.
There's your elevator pitch.
There you go.
Dale Gribble did the same thing. It was about the lost bullet.
Oh no. Dale Gribble.
AK-47.
God.
Anyways, Iron Giant. I loved it. What a great movie. I don't own it on DVD though.
I think we do. Because Mel loves that movie as well. I like that. I like Iron Giant. Fine. I mean, if it's on or someone wants to sit down and watch Iron Giant, I'm down as fuck to do that. So.
My next movie on the list
Yeah.
is Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron.
Really?
No. Fuck that movie.
I have to say, like, Melanie really loves that movie, so like I'm kind of questioning that you like a movie that's filled with Bryan Adams music.
Oh, sorry, no. I'm not into horses.
No.
Interesting enough, they have a fucking DreamWorks Netflix show.
Yeah.
It's
all CG. It's gonna be weird.
Gotta make that pony money.
Christ.
Bronies, am I right?
Hey man, ponies are finally getting a theatrical movie this fall. I don't know how to feel about
A
that.
little too late.
Yeah. Should have been done like 3 years ago, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Anyways, my next movie is not Warner Brothers. It's not Disney. It's Touchstone's Roger Rabbit.
I kind of figured you would have saved this one for last, but alright.
Fuck it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Anyways, Roger Rabbit. I was a little too young to see this in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
I think it came out before I was born.
Yeah, it was just like the mid to late 80s when it came out. Neither of us were alive yet.
I don't know, man. 88, yeah. I wasn't
there you
alive
go.
for sure.
You still got another year or two.
Bob Hoskins, he was in it. He was Mario.
He's dead now, and it makes me sad.
Oh shit, had to remind me.
Yeah. No. Now, Roger Rabbit's great.
It makes me sad, dude. It's like 30 years and there's no fucking sequel or anything.
Oh man, you gotta imagine the kind of licensing nightmare that went into making that movie, because they got like characters from every single major studio, like Warner Brothers and Disney and MGM, and like a bunch of old like public domain cartoons.
It didn't seem that bad because what was it? Huh, weird. Anyways, it said that Warner Brothers struck the deal that they wanted to have their characters or the same amount of screen time as Disney characters, which that's like a no-brainer. You can do that, no problem.
Yeah.
But,
well, yeah, like the whole scene with Bugs Bunny and Mickey, like they had to have the exact same number of lines.
Well, not only that, but like Donald Duck and Daffy were on the same time playing the piano.
Right.
Pretty great. I mean, that's where we get our name from.
Mm-hmm. It is where we get the name of our show from.
Yeah.
Because the movie's great.
But, yeah, I like this movie. Fucking animated well. They used puppets in place of...
Yeah, to act with. And it's so weird that a movie that is 30 years old does, animation and live action integration better than, like, a lot of movies nowadays.
It's like the Smurfs or anything else.
Well, I mean, nowadays we do it all in CG. And it is weird that I believe more that a two-dimensional character is interacting with a 3D person than I do with a 3D model animated character is existing alongside a real person.
They have this thing. Let me see here. If it even pops up on the Wikipedia. No.
Wikipedia.
It's called like Bump the Lamp or something.
Yeah.
And I think during the scene, one of the puppet actors knocked a lamp when they were carrying the puppet, and it was like it added a little bit of realism, like he hit it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like they're just saying it's an attention to detail that they thought was really great. It worked well. But
yeah, it's really interesting to watch how like all the two-dimensional characters like really interacted with the 3D world, and like it's believable.
Yeah, I like the idea because even though it's not even really a new character, but they have this character that's not Disney or Warner Brothers. It's almost like an amalgamation of everybody.
Amalgamation.
There we go. That word. Now I was reading kind of what he was like. Kind of like Goofy's baggy clothes.
Right.
Red shorts like Mickey. All these kind of things. Even though he was kind of a character already, but
yeah.
You have this brand new character and he's got his own world and it's interesting. You have like the whole world building, and then they all live together, the tunes and stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting the kind of world they set up where like, it's not, cartoons aren't drawn, they're just like these creations, and they're just like they're like actors that you put in front of a camera and do stuff.
Like Mickey Mouse doesn't really belong to Disney in that. It's just probably he's contracted to Disney to work for them. Yeah,
it's like how like an actor works with the producer, because like they say in like the beginning of the movie, like Dumbo is being licensed out from Disney.
Yeah.
They got him on loan or whatever, but so yeah, it's like the characters they're like actors that are like signed on to certain studios exclusively.
They got the original voice for Betty Boop to play.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty interesting.
And just like
different stuff like
sounds
that.
Pretty spot on.
Yeah,
she had to be ancient by then.
No, she died age 89 in 1998, so she wasn't that old.
So she died
79.
Yeah. Huh. All right.
Because even for like Kingdom Hearts, they have the girl play Alice, and she still sounds like Alice. She still sounds like Wendy.
That's so weird. I mean, good on them for that attention to detail, but like, wow, you're really pulling people out of the woodwork for this.
Yeah.
But yeah, Roger Rabbit's a great movie.
I
dig it.
That's why it makes me sad there hasn't been a sequel, but then it kind of makes me happy too, because sometimes sequels are awful.
Why ruin a good thing, right?
Yeah. Have you seen the animation test with CG?
Yeah, I saw that a while back.
It doesn't look bad, but I don't know.
No, I think nowadays if they would do a Roger Rabbit thing, I think they should do something like along the lines of what they did with that Paperman short.
Yeah.
Where they animate it all in CG, but then they just go over it with 2D. So you still get that 2D effect, but you still get like the movement that comes with 3D.
It's like you have to, if they do anything with it, you would have to keep it a period piece.
Oh yeah, I would hate if they brought it into the modern age.
Yeah.
Because like that's half the appeal to the movie, is that it's set back in like the 40s. Or whatever. Like, it's that whole crime noir stuff back in the day. I mean, apparently a lot of test audiences hated it originally, but
that's kind of sad.
Yeah. Oh well. We all love it now.
Great movie. Next one's gonna be out of left field because you haven't seen. Actually, the next 3 movies will be out of left field for you.
You don't know what I've seen.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So these ones are foreign films.
Look at Kyle being the artsy-fartsy foreign man.
I do have family out in France.
Yes, I know.
I do love French cartoons.
So we should review some French stuff.
French is great, man. Anyways, this one I've been looking for forever. And since it's foreign, I can pirate it, no problem. Not feel bad. Anyways, I don't know if you are familiar with the character, but Asterix.
I know of Asterix, but I've never seen any of the movies.
Asterix is a little Viking dude.
Yeah.
Mostly he's a Gaul. But anyways, it was Asterix and the Mansion of the Gods, which I actually have the graphic novel of, and they adapted it into a movie a couple years back.
Oh,
But
okay.
it was a CG movie. I think it was their first CG movie, and it fucking looked great. Like, they got the art style to a T down, which was pretty impressive.
Now, what was the name of this one?
It was called The Mansion of the Gods, or in French, it would be like the Maison... something. I don't know how to pronounce those words, man.
Sure.
But anyways, basically, Caesar wants to take over their little village, and he decides to make like a big old apartment complex right by them. Yeah, Caesar is kind of like the bad guy of the series. It's kind of Romans versus because Romans were like the more advanced thing, and then they're kind of like villagers. They would be seen as like the redneck backwoods people.
Yeah.
But it was kind of the idea is kind of genius. So they built like these giant apartment complexes right by their village, and they saw that tourism was really good in their village, so the people in the village started raising their prices for like fish and armor and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And they were lying, saying like, oh yeah, this is antique armor, it's worth more, stuff like that. So it ended up where the people living in the village couldn't really afford to live there anymore.
Oh, man.
Is that like gentrification?
Yeah.
That was kind of like the whole idea of the story, and then they like decided to start living in the mansions themselves, and then they started becoming Romans, falling into that lifestyle. So it was pretty interesting. I like that. Story's kind of fun. I don't know. It was pretty great. Really beautifully animated, even though it's CG. Not too big into CG anymore.
Yeah, I've not seen a lot of French animation, but whenever I see like theatrical French animation, it's like really well done. Like, it's all really fluid, and like they still do a lot of 2D animation over there, don't they?
Yeah. They do like what is it called? Flash, but it's all still very frame by frame.
Yeah.
Like for Wakfu and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is another great thing you need to watch.
It's on Netflix, and literally every time we see Wakfu on Netflix, I turn them out like, hey, that's a show that Kyle likes, and then we just never watch it. One of these days.
So the good thing about this movie is I actually found it with an English translation, and it had a full English cast and everything.
Interesting.
And the humor in this movie is very slapstick. A lot of like hitting and stuff. There's a bunch of stupid references to like the comics. I don't know. I really liked it. It was fun. It's hard to describe a movie as fun anymore, but this was a really fun movie.
Yeah. And I get you with that. The fun. A lot of movies nowadays seem kind of formulaic.
A lot of eye rolling.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, no, it's like I feel like any more movies kind of are made for like wee children.
Yeah.
There's not much. It's either that or they don't take their audience's like intelligence all that much.
Oh no.
So this one, it felt like a genuine movie. That's why I liked it. didn't talk down to you.
Right.
It wasn't like, here's a meme, guys. Isn't that fucking hilarious? Here's a pop culture reference. Shove that down your throat. I guess that's kind of why I like these French movies. So anyways, next movie would be... You heard of this one, but T-Tough Le Film.
Okay, yeah, because, I forgot what I was doing, but yeah, I came across, like, it just showed up as a suggestion of, like, the T-Tough movie, and I just watched it for a few minutes, like, this is, like, really well animated. It's like, it's all 2D, and it's, like, the characters' design's really simple, but it's, like, really well animated. And I had to ask you, like, have you heard of T-Tough? And you're like, yeah, it's that guy.
Yeah, well, so my first year in France, I guess this is when, like, the fever started happening.
Mm-hmm.
Hugely popular, like, fucking McDonald's toys, comics, every type of merchandise you could think of.
Well, damn.
And I think it was kind of young into the lifespan. I think it was, maybe he had 3 albums out. So you have like 3 books out. That's not that much.
Yeah.
But they have this magazine that's like Mad Magazine. And they have a bunch of different artists that have their own series. And then they would only publish maybe like 3 comics, like 3 pages of the comic. And then if you liked it, you could buy the actual book.
Interesting.
I fucking love that. We don't have anything like that out here.
Not really.
But this movie came out, and I actually really like it too. It's all hand animated, so it's really beautiful. And it's kind of like a slice of life movie, which is great.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I only watched, I kind of skimmed through like the first maybe 20 minutes of the movie, and like I guess it's about like he's getting over his parents' divorce or something, and they're like, wow, that's kind of a heavy subject to be tackling in a kid's movie. It
really is. Like, his parents kind of get a divorce in the movie, and they get back together at the end. But spoiler.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
It's fun.
But yeah, it was pretty heavy, and I think another great thing about this movie is the main character is just kind of an asshole.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of gathering from what little I saw. He's kind of a dick.
Yeah. Cause I don't know. I was reading this thing about like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. He's kind of an asshole, and he's kind of out for himself and all this stuff, and it's kind of the same with him. But I like the character. He fucks around with his friends, fucks around a lot in general, and as far as the movie goes, it's pretty great. It's kind of like Doug, where he has a lot of imagination.
Yeah.
Imagination stuff happens, but he's trying to get with his lady. He has a big crush on a girl, and she's kind of a bitch to him.
Well, you know, kids those age.
But yeah, if you guys like foreign stuff, you guys should check it out. I will say though, I did not find this translated. I found the TV show translated, but I have not found the movie translated, and I don't think that they are going to.
Yeah, and I mean, there's something that can be said for like keeping, a movie in its original language. Translating it into English isn't always the best option.
Well, the good thing, not really the good thing, but there's a lot of like play on words in this movie, and that's like lost in translation when you try to fucking do it. Because I can understand some things, and it's pretty funny the way they say it, but yeah, it would not translate well.
Yeah, that's how I kind of feel with a lot of anime that comes over here, like, because a lot of Japanese is a lot of it's a lot of wordplay over there that does not make sense over here. So it's always weird that they have to like kind of scramble to figure out something else to say. It's not exactly what they said because they did a direct translation, it like wouldn't make any fucking sense. So.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I need to I should sit down and actually watch this movie one of these days.
Foreign films are great. I can't recommend them enough. It's about him trying to deal with his parents wanting a divorce and trying to get to the popular girl's party and have her fall in love with him, which doesn't really work out. Just like in real life.
There you go.
But yeah, see, I kind of feel like these movies are too smart for American kids.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. Like, there's no fucking way any kid over here would go and see that kind of a movie.
Well, I mean, over here we're all about the happy ending. We want happily ever after and all this kind of stuff. And sometimes that doesn't work out. And I think this movie kind of had one of those. Even though his parents do kind of get back together again, but he doesn't win the heart of that girl, and that's kind of harsh reality. We don't really get that out here.
Yeah. And I also think it's like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of American kids films, animated films, kind of play on the safe side when it comes to subject matter. So I don't think you would get a movie about you'd get a movie about divorce in a movie over here.
And get a nice fucking children's book to read.
Pretty much.
So the next movie is another movie that I really wanted to see after I saw the trailer, but it was never translated, even though they had a translated trailer.
Well.
This movie is The Suicide Shop.
I've never heard of this movie.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh. Well, in France, it's called Le Magasin, which means store, des Suicide, which is of suicide.
Yeah.
So basically, this is very dark humor in a sense, but when these people live in this town that's really gloomy and they want to kill themselves. So where do you go to kill yourself? You go to this store. They'll see your life and be like, oh, this is the best way to kill yourself, and that's kind of how it runs.
Jeez. It's depressing.
So it kind of reminds me of like the Addams Family. It has this like gloomy family. And the whole story is they give birth to this kid that is just super happy.
So it's like the second Addams Family movie?
Is it? I don't fucking know.
Well, yeah, because in the second movie they have a kid, but he's like not weird like they are. He's like a normal baby, but they have to learn to love him.
Oh, well, this kid grows up.
Okay.
But yeah, this kid grows up, and he's like kind of bringing happiness to the people that want to kill themselves. So it's like doing bad for business for them. And his father fucking hates him.
Oh, jeez.
And I don't know. It's all really great. All the characters are really great. This movie kind of feels puppety in a way.
Yeah.
And at the climax of the movie, the dad wants about to kill his son.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. But I'm kind of sad because they're like, oh, here's the trailer. It's all in English. This movie's really cool. And then I don't think to this day it's been translated.
No.
But the other cool thing about this too is I believe it's a musical. I haven't watched it in a while, but I really liked it. It was, I believe it was a musical. Lots of music.
Okay then.
But yeah, at the end of the movie, they make their shop into a, oh man, that bomb too. They make it into like a patisserie, a little crepe place.
Interesting.
to spread joy into their little town. That's so gloomy.
That's funny.
But yeah, character designs I really liked. It's pretty fun for a movie. But yeah, it really bombed.
Well,
And that's what's weird too, because you look at this movie, and it only had 9 million as its budget, but it only did 2.5 million. So it had like a smaller budget than most American movies, and then it did pretty terribly. But it wasn't released in other countries, so
yeah.
that's what a lot of people don't realize. Foreign market for movies is where they make up a lot for their box office. If it doesn't do well over here, they make it up over there.
I mean, hell, half the reason a lot of our movies do well is because China.
That's true.
I mean, hell, I don't know if anyone else has noticed in the last couple of years, but we've been putting a lot of like Chinese, advertisements and like pro-China things in our movies in an effort to cater to them more.
They got what is it? A lot of Chinese investors.
Yeah. And I've been even noticing that on film credits, like a Chinese studio will have a production logo up front of a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the last 4 or 5 years, I've just noticing that's a big thing now. So, yeah, it's interesting.
So, that's a great movie. Just never translated. But it's weird because you think about it, they'd have to translate like music. So it'd be really hard to translate song lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, I feel like you can translate a movie dialogue into another language, that's fine, but I feel like I don't feel like you should translate music into different languages, because I don't know, it especially bothers me. It doesn't happen a lot, but some animes will take the Japanese theme song and then they'll translate it into English, and it just sounds so awful.
What's the best example for that?
Oh god, I was watching One Piece last month or whatever, and the Funimation dub, they did that. And they took, it's almost I've only gotten to the point where they've only gone through 2 theme songs, but it is a direct translation for Japanese, and it's so awkward.
Sounds about right.
It's the Japanese tune, but they just translated all the lyrics into English, and guys, no, just leave it in Japanese, it's fine. Because it's
turn it into a rap.
No, fortunately not. No, because it's what sounds good in one language isn't necessarily going to sound good in another language. So, I don't know, just the way that Japanese construct sentences and metaphors and stuff. It's it doesn't really make sense in an English context.
This is true.
Anyway, so yeah.
So, I don't know about you, but I saw this movie pretty late into my life. Being only 27 years old, that would probably be around my teens.
Yeah.
But I did not see this movie in theaters.
What movie?
I did not see South Park, the movie.
Oh, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut?
Yeah.
Oh, that movie's great. It is the one musical I actually know all the words to.
Yeah. That's why I have a lot of respect for Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Because they made it a musical.
Yeah. This is 3rd season of South Park, I think, when they did the movie. And they said, screw it, we're making a musical because we can. And then they did. It's actually really funny.
Yeah. I didn't see this in theaters, but I do remember, I don't know if I'm fucking up the timeline or not, but I want to say Beavis and Butthead Do America was kind of around the same time.
I think so.
But man, what an age that was. My parents did not want me to see South Park, as fucking tame as it was back then.
Yeah, Mel and I were actually talking about this just a couple days ago. Apparently she didn't like see South Park until like late high school or college.
Oh damn.
But like I was fucking watching South Park when I was like 11 cuz it was around that time that we finally got cable, and I had cable in my bedroom, so you know I'd be up at like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning on the weekends, and you know that's just what would be on. So I'm like, screw it, I'll watch South Park, and you know that's just what you do.
I think maybe sophomore year I probably started watching it, and this was like on syndication, where it's like maybe TBS or whatever replays it, UPN. Or
Fuck,
it's like,
I mean, I know a couple of years ago Fox started airing it on late nights.
weird.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like not exactly, it's like cut. It's still censored pretty much. It's not MA, it's probably TV-14, but
yeah,
that's when I started watching it.
Yeah, they censor it down just enough so they can put it not in prime time, obviously, but like so they don't have to air it like late in the day, and you can put it on basic cable.
I think the first episode I saw was where Cartman was dressing up like that girl. Where he goes, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I think that might have been the first episode I
Oh,
saw.
wow.
But
That's funny.
yeah, the movie. I do like the movie. I'm not sure if that was all construction papers still, or
No, I think that was when I think only the original pilot was made in construction, and the rest of it was on computers and stuff.
okay.
Which I found out, you know, a while back, that apparently nowadays they do the entire show in Maya.
Yeah.
So like it's all like it looks flat in, you know, CG, but like the entire thing's done in 3D now. They're basically just textures on flat planes that they move around.
Well,
So it's strange.
well, like I said, I didn't see this movie in theaters, which is kind of sad. That would have been a great coming of age movie to see.
Yeah, but you know, as young as you and I both were when that movie came out, there's no way in hell either of us would have been able to go see that movie.
I was 9.
Yeah, exactly.
You were probably 7.
7 or 8. Yeah, I mean, I'm only a year younger than you.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Shit.
Gee.
But I do like it because they kind of made it very Disney-esque, where they made it musical. Seemed fun, and then like we said, by today's standards, it's not even that bad.
Not really.
Even this movie. But it was Canada versus the United States.
And it is kind of like, the whole premise of the movie is basically, I take it as them commenting on like the whole controversy of them when they first came out, where parents are be like, our kids are watching this and they're learning bad language from it, and so they're like, screw it, we're just gonna make a whole movie about that.
Yeah. It says it's the dangers of censorship.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a topic South Park's tackled on numerous occasions, but I think the movie is where they did it the best.
Yeah. It was great, because if you were a fan of the show at the time, you got to see Kenny's face for the first time. That was pretty cool.
He's voiced by Mike Judge, of all people.
They are friends.
They are. I think it's hilarious.
They had King of the Hill on the cartoon before.
Yeah.
It was a Family Guy episode. He fought Bart Simpson.
He did. Yeah. Yeah, I love that whole thing where they're like Cartman and Bart are having that fight or whatever, and just like they crash to the Fox animation studio. It just has a King of the Hill 11th season or whatever banner on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, this This was great, and this was like one of the first adult movies to come out since like Fritz the Cat and stuff. There's not much adult movies, is there?
Not really, as far as I'm aware.
Especially around that time.
Yeah, especially around there. I mean, you had South Park, you had Beavis and Butthead, but like, you definitely weren't getting a lot of adult animation, especially theatrical. It was mostly Disney and, you know, DreamWorks was starting to come out.
Jeez. Guess that was the first Comedy Central movie they made.
Yeah, and I mean, Christ, what other movies have they made besides the Reno 911 movie?
They have something called Hebrew Hammer, Strangers with Candy,
Oh yeah,
Reno 911, Drawn Together the movie, which I don't think really counts.
it's
DVD.
technically a movie. It was direct to DVD, but it wasn't. It's technically a movie.
Kevin Hart has a movie apparently.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Huh,
No, this
interesting.
was pretty great. I want to say it's pretty iconic as
Yeah.
far as like a series goes.
Mm-hmm.
Had a lot of great music. And they're all original. Like the whole soundtrack is pretty original stuff.
Oh yeah.
Uncle Fucker was a great song.
I mean, the whole soundtrack is great. Like every song is really catchy.
Yeah.
I haven't watched this movie in so long. I need to rewatch it. That movie's great.
last on the list.
Oh shit, we did 10 already?
Yeah.
Damn. Alright then.
It's the last on the list. I think it was a Warner Brothers movie. Was it a Warner Brothers movie?
Oh fucking no. It's your list.
No. Cats don't dance.
Now I'm kind of surprised that you'd put this on your top 10.
Yeah, I liked it. It was animated pretty well.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like Roger Rabbit in a sense, but not really. It's more animals and people instead of cartoon characters and people.
Yeah.
It's just not animated and live action.
Right.
But it's basically them working in Hollywood.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised this movie didn't do it didn't do better, because apparently this bombed pretty hard too. But like, you know, Hollywood loves movies about Hollywood, so I'm kind of surprised it didn't do better.
Hollywood doesn't take animation seriously. We know this from all the fucking award shows.
Well, especially back then. Yeah.
Oh man, this movie has music written by Randy Newman.
Oh boy, Randy Newman.
No, this is another great, like, period piece movie. It's just, like, the ending kind of bothers me. Because it says this movie takes place in 1939, and then they're like, Pulp Fiction! Beetlejuice!
Well, that's kind of what you did back in the mid to late 90s with your animation. You made a bunch of pop culture references no matter what time period it's supposed to be in.
I guess.
I don't
Even
know.
they're like, Batman! With the turtle.
Jesus.
But no, I like this. All the characters were great. I like
Yeah.
Darla Dimples.
You would.
Kathy DeJimmy's in this movie.
A lot of people are in this movie. Gene Kelly did the choreography before he died.
Don Knotts is the turtle.
He sure is.
I don't know. I always think of Scooby-Doo when I hear his name.
Scooby-Doo meets Dot Nuts and he's just Barney Fife.
They're just like, Don Knotts. I think that was the Johnny Bravo episode. They're
so,
pulling
actually.
off everybody's mask.
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't think. My
love
favorite
that.
character. My favorite character in this movie is Max.
I do love Max. The giant, imposing gorilla man.
Yeah.
He's like fucking 10 stories tall.
I do love that. Every shot, he's like...
The camera has to
taller.
pan up him to get to his face.
Yeah, just love him. He's so very stoic, I guess.
Yeah, he always says like no more than like 3 words at a time.
Yeah. What does the kitty cat say? Oh, God. I do like it. And it does have this fucking Shirley Temple feel to it.
Yeah, it's definitely a callback to early Hollywood with all that stuff. Like, it's got all the, the period appropriate musical numbers. Like I said, Gene Kelly, who was like a big star back in those days, did all the choreography for the movie. And yeah, Darla's definitely a throwback to Shirley Temple and all that stuff.
Damn, it says Michael Jackson was attached to this movie.
Damn.
It's supposed to be live action and CG, it says.
That would have been awful. Especially back then.
Yeah, that sounds like fucking opposites attract, like he was trying to do that.
Oh, God. But,
Ew.
yeah. I like Cat Still Dance. I've only seen it maybe twice in my life. I will agree that it's really, really well animated. I mean, that's Warner Brothers before, that and Iron Giant kind of tanked their animation department.
I think it's like Lauren Faust's first movie or something.
Yeah,
Her
she
first
worked on
big
it.
break.
Yeah. I'm not sure what all she did on it. Mel,
I think she did Sawyer.
Yeah,
Like
like
they have pictures of like poses and stuff of her.
yeah. Yeah, I think that was like her first big job. So that's kind of cool if you're, a fan of Powerpuff Girls and ponies and stuff. You want to go see Faust's early work. Yeah, it's good. I'm not like a huge fan of musicals in general. If our whole Disney questionnaire episode wasn't any indication.
I'm not either. To be honest.
Yeah.
Oh
like,
my fucking god.
Like all
This
the
movie
Disney.
This movie did so bad.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's part of the reason. It's part of the reasons Warner Brothers didn't make animated theatrical films for almost 20 years.
Yeah, I think I actually saw this in theaters though, but they had a budget of 32 million, which is pretty small, especially back then. It seems.
I mean, they got a lot done for 32 million.
And it only made 3.6 million.
Oh man. Yeah.
$3 million. Well, one thing you gotta think of too, they didn't have many well-known voice actors.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure Don Knotts worked for fucking pennies and stuff. Kathy and Jimmy's not too big of a name. D. Bradley Baker was in this movie. Frank Welker. I'm sure they didn't work for that much money. This isn't like having Brad Pitt as your main character or something like that.
And well, I think if I'm remembering the story right, I think part of the reason it did so poorly is because like Warner Brothers didn't put any money into marketing for this thing. They just kind of threw it out there and just to see what would happen.
That sounds about right. Because back in the day, Disney would be like, "Here's the Crunch Bar, and it's got Hercules all over it," and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They would do a lot of promotion.
Yeah, Disney would slap it on everything, like a Happy Meals toy and anything they could brand with the new movie on to get your attention.
Exactly, like video games. They would have merchandise, and this really didn't have anything.
No, they just put it out there, see who's gonna see it, was gonna see it, and that was that. Yeah. It was just a shame because it's a really well done movie, so it's kind of a shame it didn't do, better. But what are you gonna do when a studio doesn't want to promote it?
It was a different time.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Like I said in the other stuff, I like movies like this where it feels genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Until like the end, where it's like pop culture references up the ass, but.
Yeah.
But when you don't have to rely on pulp culture or fucking celebrity voice actors and stuff like that, I kind of dig it a little bit more.
Yeah. I get it.
So yeah, I like them movies, yo.
Yeah. So,
That's all I got, buddy.
okay. Do you have any honorable mentions you want to put out there?
I mean, I didn't want to make the whole list Disney stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause God knows I could.
That's the
But-
problem I'm having with mine right now.
Like Aladdin, I really liked Aladdin as a kid. Even the second movie's really great, Return of Jafar.
Well, how do we feel about King of Thieves?
I didn't watch that one too much as a kid. I think I only seen it like twice.
Robin Williams came back.
I know. I do remember they made a Roger Rabbit reference in it.
Oh, I did not know that.
I like Lilo and Stitch a lot. That's one of my favorite movies for Disney as well. I liked How to Train Your Dragon. Had a lot of great art direction in it. Chris Sanders still, but I wouldn't call it my favorite movie. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
like I respect it, but it's not my favorite.
It's not a movie. See, I consider a favorite movie a movie that I could literally put on anytime and enjoy it.
Yeah. Those are pretty much movies I could. French one's a little harder to put on
Yeah,
as
because you got
white
patience
noise.
with subtitles and stuff. But
Yeah, can't really draw and watch them, but other ones I can.
yeah,
Good shit, man.
yeah. Well,
Rugrats the movie. Ugh.
see, okay. This is kind of a spoiler for my list, but not really. I was trying to make a short list of like what I was going to consider for them, and Rugrats the movie and Rugrats in Paris were both on that list. Only because I like the animation in those movies, I don't like the music in those movies. Like I watched, it's kind of funny. I rewatched Rugrats the movie like last year just on a whim, and I fast forwarded through all the music, all the music bits, and it was like a 45-minute long movie.
Sounds about right. It's just like the fucking YouTube video where it said minions without minions.
Pretty much. Yeah. And I mean, I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy it as a kid because I have the soundtrack to the first movie somewhere. But, you know, it's like with the Disney Renaissance movies, just as I got older, you know, it's just kind of like,
You don't like the Rugrats rap?
I really don't.
You don't like the babies talking about circumcision?
I sure don't. I don't. I don't like the whole Susie Angelica song that's in the beginning of the movie because it's really annoying. I don't like the really forced like rock rap that's through the entire movie.
I can honestly say I have never watched any of those movies because I was never into Rugrats that much.
I used to, like, when I was a kid, I was really into Rugrats. I don't know why exactly. But yeah, I saw that and Rugrats in Paris in theaters. I think Rugrats in Paris is a better movie, just story-wise. Mostly because I like the giant robot battle at the end. But Rugrats in Paris is more bearable to watch because they don't have songs. Like, they're not having the characters sing.
They were talking about it on 4chan pretty recently. They were like, why didn't they just call it Rugrats in Japan? They're like, it was just nothing but Japanese references.
Yeah. I mean, other than the fact that they rampage through Paris at one point, that's about it.
They were saying that Japan and France have like this crazy love relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like the people in Japan romanticize France so much.
They sure do.
So I guess that's kind of cool to mix those two cultures in that movie.
Yeah.
I dig it. I never watched it.
It's all good, man. No judgment here. But so yeah, I do enjoy those two movies, but they will not be appearing on my list next week. So,
Oof.
spoiler alert on that. I'll let you stew on what might be on it, though. I haven't even told Kyle.
As if anyone will.
No.
The Emoji Movie will be on it.
I haven't seen it. Well, I don't want to see that movie, to be quite honest.
Oh.
But I don't know. Captain Underpants is coming out in a couple weeks. That might make me have to rethink my list after the fact.
Just gonna put it retroactively on it.
I'll make a correction during the review.
Yeah.
Which we will.
Fucking phenomenal,
we will be reviewing Captain Underpants because I am fucking pumped for that movie.
I'm down. That, just like I said with Wreck-It Ralph, where I was like super amped to watch that movie, I'm feeling the same way about Captain Underpants. I haven't felt that way about a movie in a long time.
Yeah, like, well, I'll save all my gushing for the review in a couple weeks.
I got a lot of it. I hated it.
What?
It was so bad.
Oh, please let it be good, DreamWorks. Don't fuck with me this time. But you got anything else you want to say this week, Kyle?
Nah, I'm good. I'll save it for next week.
Alright. So, there you go, everybody. That's Kyle's, I guess, definitive favorite top 10 animated films list there.
There's my list.
It's beautiful. A lot of stuff I hadn't heard of, so, you know, hope that was interesting. Maybe you found some new films to go check out. Go check out the French stuff. Kyle seems to be into that.
I love French animation.
Yeah, I need to watch that Tita movie. It looked really, really nice.
It's hard to describe a movie as fun. But it was pretty fun.
Well, there you go.
It's fucking dark as it got.
As fun as divorce can be.
Yeah. You can relate with divorce and stuff if you ever went through that.
I can actually.
Oh, I never did.
I've dealt with that my entire life.
Ouch.
Anyway, enough about my depressing life.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. Alright guys, so like I said, next week I'll be doing my list, my top 10 animated films, assuming I can decide on 10. I got it down to 18.
Well, let me see here.
I'll figure it out. It's whatever, man.
This show's been on for an hour and 18 minutes. The last one was around 2 hours. Let's do 18 for you. Fuck it.
No, man. We'll do it. We're doing it next week. I gotta go to bed. All right, guys. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Ink and Paint Club podcast. If you like this episode, remember to share it, leave a comment, write a review, tell your mom, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow the show on Facebook where we post animation news and discussion topics daily. Thanks again, and we will see you in the next episode.